Okay, so here we are 5 years later. 5 years ago, it was 10 p.m. The terrorist, Mu'attaz Hijazi, was standing over here and looking at the street. He was standing over here. He knew that I had a convention in this building over here, and he was waiting for me to come out. He was supposed to work until 10 o'clock, but he left his office at 9:20. He was working in the restaurant. At 9:20, he told his boss that he doesn't feel what he wants to go home, and he was sitting and waiting for me from 9:20 until 10 p.m. At 10 p.m., I walked out, and my wife was waiting for me in the car on the street. And then I walked out, and we can go right down to there and see exactly how I walked out. Here we see the Begin Museum and the Teresa restaurant. He worked in the Teresa restaurant. He left early and he went up there. I was having my event in the Begin Museum. I came out of here and my wife was in the car over here. As soon as he saw me coming out, he drove his motorcycle and he came down this street and he stopped in front of the car. He was stopped his motorcycle over there. I was over here talking to my wife. My wife was on the phone actually talking. I walked the back of the car and I put the stuff in the car and then I turned back. And then he comes over to me and he says to me, "I'm sorry, you're an enemy of Al-Aqsa." And he shoots point blank, 4 bullets. I had my coat in my hand. So 1 bullet went in my hand, out of my hand, into my chest and went out. The other 3 bullets went directly into the chest. And here I was, together with 2 friends and my wife. My 2 friends ran to the main street over there and yelled, terror attack, terror attack. My wife was on the phone. She yelled to the lady she was talking to. She said, "Hadassah, call an ambulance, call an ambulance." And I staggered. I walked from over here for like 20 meters all the way to the side over here. I was bleeding. I saw my hand was broken literally, 2 pieces. And I walked all the way to here, and then I wanted to try to hold on to the wall, but I couldn't manage, and I fell down to the floor. I fell down to the floor, and I broke my shoulder. And then they came back. The terrorist, he drove away, and my 2 friends, Shai and Maria, came back, and Shai yelled to Maria, "We just witnessed murder. Go take care of Yafi." Yafi was my wife, and I'll take care of Yehudah. So I'm laying here on the floor, bleeding. Shai is on the phone with a friend of his who's a paramedic, and he starts taking care of me and trying to stop the blood. And he yells to me, "Rabbi Yehudah, don't go, we need you." And that's a sentence I'll never forget ever in my whole life. I hear him, I'm lying on the floor, he's yelling to my ear, and Maria is together with my wife, Yafi. And a few seconds later, I already lost my conscience. But within moments, the medical service came. There were representatives here of the Magen David Adom and the Yehudah Glick, 2 of the emergency services here in Israel, and they came, took care of me, and they scooped me onto an ambulance. And 13 minutes later, the shooting was at 10:04. At 10:17, I was already in the trauma in the operating room in the Shari Tzedek Hospital. That night I went through 9 different kinds of surgery, including amputation of half of my lungs. When I arrived at the hospital, they told the people to call my family to say goodbye, because I really, with so many holes in my chest, they said I have no chance to survive. I had like 1 hole in my neck, and the other 3 over here in my chest. But they did everything they could, and thank God here I am alive 5 years later. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם בורא פרי הגפן, ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שעשה לי נס במקום הזה. Here I am alive 5 years later, speaking about Jerusalem right in front of the walls of Jerusalem and continuing to promote Shalom from Jerusalem, continuing to promote teaching Torah and prayer from Jerusalem and turning Jerusalem into what it should be, the world center of God, the world center of life, the origin of life and light to the entire world. I'm going to continue doing that. God saved my life for this purpose, that's what I feel, and I will do that in as much as I can for the rest of my life.